let's get into our picks here, guys. So we're going to start with a game that is going on literally as we speak here because we didn't go over it last time because I was ill prepared because I have so much going on this week. But obviously, we got the Rams at the 49ers. That's what the game is going on right now. I don't even know what the score is, but the
3-3 last I looked, and Niners in field goal range, and I don't know what just happened.
it's
Drop
so
pass.
it's 6-3 right now for the 49ers. So I picked the Rams for both the win and the spread. You picked the Niners for both the win and the spread. I picked the over and you picked the under, and the over under was 48.5. So right now, Rob, you are sitting pretty with a trifecta about to happen. We'll see if that 6 put because that
Well,
could
listen,
easily
there's still a
change.
full quarter.
Easily change exactly. That could easily change.
And
So
listen, and I almost went with the Rams, but
it
the
take
two and a half
that's
point spread. I feel
yeah.
like
The Rams always screw me no matter what I do. It screws me.
yeah, and I agree with Dakota too because I was this close to playing Stafford. But
He was playing Stanford.
yes,
It's very intelligent.
that's a smart guy.
That's an Ivy League school. So
But starting off with the 1 o'clock games coming Sunday. Sunday. Monster Truck Sunday. You got the Cowboys going into Carolina playing the Panthers. Panthers are giving up 4 at home to the boys. Which why? I don't know, because Cowboys going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Over under in this game is 43 points. Listen, I got no faith in the boys. I guess maybe Vegas is giving them a little bit of faith because they played the worst defense in the league, or one of the worst defenses in the league last week, and kept it close. But you're playing with the backup quarterback. You're banged up. Yeah, this is a recipe for disaster. I think it's a trap game, and the Panthers are going to win. Definitely, the Panthers will cover this game, and I think it is they will win the game outright. It's going to be a little bit more of a shootout because it's going to be a little sloppy. The only thing I have concerns with is Parsons gets over and hits Bryce Young because when he loses the helmet, he might have his head in the helmet.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on a lot, except I do think that the Cowboys will pull it out. I think they will not cover the spread, though, and that's where I agree with you, and I'm also with you on the over. Next up, then we got the Chiefs at the Browns there. Listen, this is the team that always plays teams close until now. Just something tells me this is going to be those games that the Chiefs are going to go not awfully because they're just not that team, but that they'll have a healthy, distance between them and the Browns there. So obviously, I'm going to pick them outright to win. I got the Chiefs also to cover the 4-point spread, and it'll probably only be like a touchdown at that point they win by. They don't ever really blow anybody out. And I think it's going to be the over on the points. I think there's going to be a decent amount of points actually scored in this game. And I think that Jameis Winston's going to help both teams score.
Oh, yes, 100%. I love that guy so much. Beyond belief. Even this year, he's become a troll of himself.
Oh, yeah.
But Reverend Winston is how he should be called going forward. Give some holy speeches before every game. Anyway, I agree with you with a lot of what you said. Chiefs are probably going to win this game by 7. I was going to say 8.5 because it's going to be probably about 7 to 10. It's not going to be that close of a game. I'm taking the under this game because I don't think the Chiefs might score off an interception from Winston or get in good field position because of Jameson. But I don't think they're going to 100% capitalize on it, and it's going to be in the under, and the Browns are going to put up like maybe 2 points in this game.
We'll see.
With that, like if you go 23-10, you get 33 points, and yeah.
Anyway, I just feel it's going to be that game. It's going to be the high scoring game across the board.
Could be, but the Chiefs defense is also sneaky good against a bad quarterback. Doesn't spell.
Whoa! Jameis Winston is not a bad quarterback. He threw so many touchdowns last week. It's not even funny. I mean, you get half them with the other team, but he's still throwing touchdowns.
Yeah. Listen, this is what I've been saying for the Giants. It's a 50.
He would definitely make things interesting. That's for sure. If we got him,
100%. Like we got him this offseason. Oh my god, he would have been starting right now. There wouldn't be no controversy between Luck and
yeah. Whoever we have, I want them to sit for the first year anyway. So yeah, I'd be okay with it. I like sitting a quarterback for a year. Let them learn. Don't rush them.
100% agree. But yeah, up next, you got the Dolphins playing the Texans in Houston. Houston's favored 3 points at home. That's just a respect. So which means Vegas says it's a flip of the coin there. Yeah, when you're playing Texas, like it's one of the last places where you have kind of a home field advantage because everything's bigger in Texas. Over under in this game is 46.5 points. This is a crapshoot game. I think this is going to be one of those games. It's going to be whatever defense makes a mistake, whatever offense makes a mistake, it's going to go down to the wire. I think it's going to be, again, it's won by probably 1 or 2 points. I'm taking the Fins to win this game. I'm confused.
Texans. I'm confused by your pick there, to be honest with you.
Because hear me out, because I think this is what I think what's going to happen. I think it's going to be one of those games that someone doesn't get a touchdown. They have to settle for a field goal, and they have to double it at the end. Or not at the end, but they double it. The other team's going to get a touchdown. So I'm thinking the Fins are going to win this game. It's going to be like 21-20.
Yeah, but if the Fins are going to win the game, the Fins are the underdog of 3 points. So they would cover the spread automatically.
So then I have to change that there.
That's why I'm like, wait a minute.
Whoopsie. So the Fins win, Fins cover, and I am picking the over in this game.
That's why we don't drink before a show, Rob.
I didn't even drink before the show. That's the worst part. Still with a 3-year-old.
I was saying that while I was drinking. Okay. Anyway, you were saying.
Anyway, so Fins wins. Fins are obviously going to cover in a close game, and then I'm actually taking the under in this game.
We changing that too. We were just changing everything up.
Well, I just told you I think it's going to be 21-20.
Did you even fill it out yourself, or did the 3-year-old fill it out for you?
I think he did.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on a lot of what you said there, except the fact that I'm going to change to who the winner is. I think it's going to be the Texans who will win. I think it'll be a close game though, and I think it'll be like a 1 touchdown difference, and that's it. And I got you on the under as well. The Dolphins defense has been sneaky better this year than they were even last year with Vic Fangio, of course, who's been now the Eagles defensive coordinator, and pretty well thought of in NFL circles. So, I don't even know who the Dolphins DC is off the top of my head here.
But
whoever it is, that's the guy you might start hearing, when it comes down to time to talk about, potential head
DCs.
coaches.
Yeah. So I mean, think about it. So
Anthony Weaver, but we didn't. Anthony Weaver, did we talk to him about coming as the Giants? I want to say.
I think so.
We did.
I think so because think about it this way: Tua, by far, this team is make or break with Tua in the lineup since he's come to the past 3 years, right?
Since he's come to, wow, that did not come out right.
That's really funny, but. You know what I meant? Like
from his concussions,
his performance, not his concussions. His performance.
Whenever he's conscious, he plays great.
Yeah, but
unconscious, not so much.
Well, when he was unconscious this year, and they had to sit him and put in Skyler or whoever, they kept games close.
Yeah, but why would you not get a real backup quarterback? I'm sorry, that's an absolute travesty.
Well, yeah, that's terrible. But the defense, I'm talking about the defense, not the quarterback play. They kept them in games. They kept them close. And what the Dolphins were a couple years ago was trying to mimic what Peyton Manning did with the Colts. We're just going to put so many points on the board. It doesn't matter what our defense does because we're just going to smash mouth you.
Hey, now you're a rock star. Get the show on. Get
Get
paid. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Then we got the dumpster fire game of the week. The Jets at the Jaguars, the Double J's. And guys, this is, oh my gosh, I still can't believe this is actually a game we got to talk about here. Listen, the Jaguars obviously beat the Titans last week, and is it time for a winning streak? Is it time? Because I think it is, because the Jets can't help but lose.
choose that streak.
I think I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it that the Jaguars win again. Now, what's the craziness of the fact that if they start winning games once Trevor Lawrence is out, like that's going to cause some issues in Jacksonville.
It is going to cause controversy, like New York just had,
especially if they got picked and they can get a quarterback.
Especially after just paying a quarterback.
Not a good recipe, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got Jags to win. It's the Jags are 3.5 points underdogs. So obviously I'm going to give them to cover the spread. And the 40.5 point, I'm going to go over on that. I don't think it'll be much over. But I got like I figure like 42 points or something like that. Like that kind of, it's going to be like low 40s. But yeah, I have Jags over.
Yeah, I have to agree with you 100% on this.
Contractually obligated.
It was in our contract. That's amazing. We talked about Trevor Lawrence, his beautiful hair.
17.
He's doing Head and Shoulders. Doesn't need it. It's a bunch of lies.
Knees and toes.
Yeah, knees and toes. Jets, they just can't get out of their own way.
Yeah, I know.
And we talked about that before. Like the best Jet this year at MetLife was the one that flew over the field last weekend saying Maris sucked and stuff.
Oh, wow. You stole her joke.
I did. 100%.
It was a good joke, though.
It was fantastic. had it been said. So, yeah, Jack's going to win. Jack's going to cover. Jets defense has not been playing up to par with it should be. And, yeah.
Being below par is good in golf.
Touche. And this is the lowest spread of the week. So, yeah, I think it's going to be an over on this one. Up next, you got DC going into the playing New Orleans. Nolans. Commanders are favored by 7.5 points in this. And the over-under is 43.5 points. It is no lie that the Saints suck. It's also not allowed to say that DC has not fallen off from where they've been playing. But this has right on the wall. It's a get-right game. You got 3 weeks of football left. You're playing against the Eagles, who are on one of the longest winning streaks this year.
Yeah. You just want to get the playoffs if you're Washington, let's be honest.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So this is
last year.
This is a must for their playoffs. So I think they come out there balling against a terrible team. So I'm taking DC to win this game. I'm actually going to take them to cover. I don't like that spread, but I don't have faith in the Saints. And I'm going to take the over because it's going to be the Daniel show. And yeah, he's going to light up the field, and Derek Carr is going to probably sit there and cry again. No offense to Carr. You can cry later. To your party.
His party.
Yeah.
Well, Carr's not been playing in this game, I think, at this point, too, because he got the injury last year. He's still in concussion. Last week, sorry. He's still in concussion protocol. We don't know what's going to happen yet fully with him. But let's be honest, even if he plays, the Commanders are a better team. They are, flat out. So,
big time.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. Commanders over. So, then we get to the game of the week, the one that everybody's been waiting for.
I know you want to talk about this all day.
The Ravens at the Giants. And it may shock you to learn that I'm picking the Ravens to win. I know. I'm taking a leap of faith here. Now, here's the one thing that I think is going to be interesting is the over-under. It's 16.5 points, guys. I had to do a double take when I made our spreadsheet this week. I'm like, is it really that goddamn high?
It kept going up early in the week. So it
Oh,
started, I want to say, at like 12.5. I got 13.5. I heard about 14.5, and now it's at 16.5. So if you guys bet early in the week, eek.
Yeah.
Because
I could not believe it. By the way, on StubHub right now, you can get tickets as low as $30. That's crazy. It's absolutely,
it'll be cheaper come Sunday morning when no one bought those tickets.
yeah, it's absolutely insane. On the plus side, it's also getting cheaper to go next week to the Falcons game because I haven't bought my tickets yet for that. It's now $37. Oh my gosh. That's pretty damn good. But that's only one ticket, so I need two, so that won't work. Anyway, it's just absolutely crazy. I mean, 16.5 points. I can't believe that kind of spread. And the scary thing is, I'm not even confident that they're not going to hit it. I'm going to take the Giants because they typically play close, even though they typically lose. They do typically play close, so I'm going to take the Giants to do that. But nothing would shock me. Nothing would shock me at all. So we'll see what happens there. But that's one of those things that it definitely could be a brutal game overall for these Giants here. 42.5 points of the over under. I'm definitely taking the over on that one there. And partially it's because I just think the Giants are going to give up some points in this, just enough. 42.5 is not a big one. Don't get me wrong. I'm not suggesting it's going to be 50-10 or 56-10 like John Anderson here said. As he's saying that in the comments. But like I said, I just think it's going to be bad for the Giants. If you go, you're going to provide emotional support for your fellow Giants fans, and that's about it.
Yeah, this is there's a reason why tickets are this cheap. And I agree with you. We are going to get smoked by the Ravens, but the Giants do play close football. Yes, we do have an incredible amount of injuries in this game.
Yeah.
People shut down for the year. But our defense typically stops people in the red zone. They go for more field goals. They play team stuff. Like we stopped the Bengals offense better than the Ravens defense did twice. You think they would have learned from what they did last time?
You would think that.
And literally, the Bengals put up almost 2.5 times what they put up against us, against the Ravens defense. So that being said, I'm taking the over in that. And I'm taking the Giants in the spread, just like you, Drew. So let's lock it in for trifecta. Giants pick of the week.
There we go.
Talk about the Bengals. Put some dough in that, if you will. All right, so the Bengals are going to go into Tennessee up next. Tennessee is giving up 5 points at home because they stink. Talk about high power offense. And the over-under is 46.5 points. Probably. And the over, I mean, that's a Vegas thing too, because it's 46.5 points. Yeah. And Tennessee teams, and people play against Tennessee, just same thing. They don't score typically that much. It's usually a lower scoring game. Look at last week when it was like 10-6.
Well, yeah, but that's an anomaly. Tennessee, if I remember right, the Titans.
We did talk about this. I said that last week, and you pulled it up, saying that no, they actually think it was like 50-50 or closer to over.
It was like a bottom 10 as far as per game defense.
And then you only give up 10
last week against the Jags, but again, it's the Jags.
Yeah. So I'm going to take the Bengals in this game. 5 points don't scare me. Bengals probably won by 10. And I'm going to take the over in this game because I do believe that the Bengals are going to dominate enough in this game where the Titans can just put up enough points.
I'm actually with you 100%. And what I think is interesting in this whole subplot here is Brian Callahan from Callahan Auto Parts of course, is the head coach for the Titans now, and he was the offensive coordinator for the Bengals. It just makes you wonder. There's just a little bit of extra motivation for him, and I don't think the Titans have a shot. But it's just a little bit of extra motivation. Maybe they put up enough points to do something there to get that over. So yeah, Bengals over. Now we go into the 4:25 games. It's a very specific start time. Very specific. As John's telling us, by the way, it's a 6-6 tie in the game right now. You got the Patriots at the Cardinals here. And obviously this is going to be a game that, I feel like these are both two teams that you never can understand what they're going to do week to week. Like the Cardinals, you say they're good, then they're not good, and they're good, then they're not good. The Patriots, really, really bad in the beginning, and then all of a sudden they put Drake May in, and all of a sudden you don't know what to expect of them anymore. So I'm going to bet the Cardinals because they're the home team to win this. It's a 6-point spread, though, and I'm going to give it to the Patriots to go ahead and cover that spread because that's, a decent amount of spread there. And then I'm going to go ahead and give the under on the points. It's a 46-point over-under. I just think this is going to be a lower scoring game, personally. We'll see if I'm right there, but that's what I got. I got Cardinals, Patriots, under.
Yeah, I agree with a lot what you said. I'm same thing. I'm taking the Cardinals to win this game. I'm taking the Patriots to cover because they've been playing also close games, especially since May's come in. He's actually given multiple touchdowns per game. Kyle Murray can do the same thing. Cardinals defense and the Patriots defense kind of fly under the radar. But I think it's enough, like, where these better quarterbacks, especially like Drake May, is making a name for himself.
John does his fat guy in a little coat.
Oh, nice.
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping. Beverly Ninjas. Nice go. Who shut the couch?
Oh my gosh.
But I want to switch up with you a little bit. I want to take the over. I feel like it's going to be like a 27-24 game.
I get it.
27-21. Like it's.
You never know what to expect these two teams. You don't. Both of them are just, they're wild cards.
Exactly. Well, up next, you got the Colts going into the Broncos.
The battle of the horses.
Yep. Who's got the biggest
equinophobia?
Otherwise, get out of the mile high because there's going to be a lot of stampeding going on.
Get out of the mile high. It sounds like a drug rehab slogan.
Or like, hey,
get out of the mile
high. Or stop banging on planes because people have to use the bathroom.
To a totally different third.
Anyway.
Fly the friendly skies. Not that friendly.
The Broncos are favored by 4 points in this game, and the over-under is at 44 points. If you talked about this game 10 weeks ago, I would have said probably the Colts win. Maybe the Broncos cover. Well, they would have had this spread. Probably the Colts will cover. And I would probably take it in the under, but I'm going to do the complete opposite of that. Bo Nix has come out playing ball and football.
Bo knows.
Bo knows. Oh, you didn't know? Bo knows.
Oh, you didn't know?
This is going to be a divisional game. Both of these defenses are supposed to be better, but Bo Nix has been the difference maker. Anthony Richardson has been not the difference maker.
No, he's been since he got back from being.
Since he got benched, you're 100%. You're right.
There seems to be a trend of that lately between him and Bryce Young.
Yeah. So I want to take the Broncos to win, the Broncos to cover that 4 points, and I'm going to take the over because 44 points is a little too low for me. It's probably going to be like more like a 17-24 game. That's a lie. It's probably 17-20.
I still can't get over how bad Anthony Richardson's completion percentage is.
Yeah.
47.4. Like, seriously, they should have kept him benched for the rest of the year, honestly. Like, something's not right. And we also knew he was a project coming out of college. Something ain't right there. Something wrong in Bismarck.
Someone got hurt. No one knew.
I'm just saying, something right there. So let him heal up. Let him do it right. But yeah, definitely not very happy with the way that it's going for him. I think it's a team's job to set up a player for success, and they're not doing that.
No,
Definitely not. So yeah, Broncos over. All right,
nice.
we got the Bills at the Lions here. I'm not sure, Rob, what you're picking because you left it blank apparently.
You look at the next over. You can see what I'm thinking. I got.
Okay. So yeah, this is going to be the first time potentially the back-to-back losses for the Bills in quite a while because the Lions are just that good. I can't help but pick them. I'm picking the Lions to win. I'm picking them to cover 2.5 point spread. It's not going to affect anything. And then 54.5 points is the over/under, which is just insane. But only thing more insane than that is the fact that I'm telling you to go over. God damn it! This is gonna be one of those like ridiculous blowout games. It's gonna be a fun game to watch. I feel like
Blowout.
if you want to watch a fun 425 game, once Rob and I are done with our post game show, of course, then that's the game to watch.
Yeah, this is the game of the week. This should be America's game. It most likely is America's game of the week.
America.
These are the two teams with the highest rated to go to the Super Bowl right now. I think I saw this morning that the Lions leading into this week have a 32% shot to go to the Super Bowl, and
This would be a fun Super Bowl. It would.
28 for the Bills.
I feel like no matter who, at least I, as a non-Bill, non-Lion fan, would just be happy no matter who wins because either the Detroit Lions finally get a Super Bowl after being crappy for how long, or the Bills finally get one after having that 4-year stretch of going to Super Bowls and losing back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I would.
Either one, I'd be happy for them to win. I really would. I prefer the Giants to, but that's obviously not in the cards. We're not even going to win anything but the first overall pick, potentially.
At least you're winning at something.
Exactly. So,
but yeah, I am going to disagree with you on a lot of things, but I do agree this is going to be a high shooting, high class game. Bet the over in this game. Look what Josh Allen did last week. He literally tried to lead the team on his own, put enough there, but the Lions have won now, 11 straight games.
Yeah. The last loss they had was to the Bucs there at the beginning of the season.
Yep, week 2. So it's like, very interesting here. I think
very interesting.
I think no matter what happens in this game, it's going to be super close, and it's going to be who makes the mistake first.
It's
and who could capitalize on that mistake. Who let the dogs out? But it's the Lions and the Bills, so there's no dogs in this scenario.
The Browns were a different game.
Yeah, touche. But I want to take the Bills to win, the Bills to cover. So this is going to be like probably one of the biggest difference maker going into this week.
And you're over under?
I took the over. That's the first thing I said.
Okay.
I said this is going to be a fun high scoring. I think Josh Allen had 5 touchdowns last week by himself.
Insane.
It was maybe 6. Like
insane.
It was
in the membrane.
Nuts.
Insane in the brain.
Insane in the brain. All right. Up next, you got the Buccaneers going into LA playing the Chargers.
The Chargers versus the Yargers.
Yeah, Yargers. Yeah. Chargers are favored 3 points at home, which means flip them if you got them. And the over-under in this game is 45.5 points.
What's going on here?
The Yargers. Listen, Harbaugh has made a huge difference in this team. The defense has really stepped up. The Bucs are still banged up on offense. They're missing some key receivers there, as you know. Godwin out for the year still. They were hoping he would come out for the playoffs, but Doesn't look so
back.
good.
Honestly, he's not coming back. I'm telling you right now, he's not coming back. If he comes
probably
playoffs, and
it
it would be a miracle.
Yeah, they would be talking about it a little more. There's hopes because there's dislocation, there's no break, and there's no ligament damage. Which
But I
is
hope
nice.
to get rich one day too. Doesn't mean it's going to happen.
But it could.
Probably.
So yeah, I'm gonna take the obvious choice here, and I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I think it's gonna be slow, methodical football from hardball, playing offense against a banged up defense and offense against the Bucs. And I'm gonna also take the Chargers to cover because 38 points is the point. Shot in the dark there. And I'm taking the under because I think the Bucs are going to be playing from behind. The defense on the Chargers have been also underrated this year, but they do a really good job controlling the clock and playing slow football. So under it is.
I'm with you 100% there. So we got the Steelers at the Eagles in the battle for Pennsylvania, the state that nobody should want. Yeah, so this is going to be, listen, it's a much better game than you thought it would be when you looked at the schedule at the beginning of the season. The Steelers have just been on fire lately, the way they've been playing. Russell Wilson playing like the Russell Wilson of old. But the Eagles have been the hottest team basically in football the last couple months here. So I'm going to go Eagles to win this, though I think it'll be very close. So because of that, I'm going to pick them not to cover the spread of 5 points. I'm going to give that to the Steelers. And I'm also going to pick the over on the points because, listen, this is the offensive juggernaut the Steelers were last week. Sometimes just what they do. It's what they do.
Yeah, and it's another trifecta that we got going on this week.
All right.
Yep, Eagles win, Steelers cover, same reasons. Steelers play close, good football all year long. Over. Sunday night football.
Sunday night.
Night. Probably looked way better on paper at the beginning of the year. Still looks good now because you got a third place team in the division playing the first place team in the division right now currently, and
the third team is better.
The third place team is better. That division's pretty tough. You got the Packers going into Seattle playing the Hawks, and the Hawks are giving up 2.5 points at home.
Caw.
The Packers are favorite, and the over under this game is 46 points. There's not much to be said about this game. Yes, the Seahawks are winning the division. Yes, they've come around. They're playing a very tough division. They need this win because it helps solidify. It helps solidify an extra game with 3 games left in the division that the third place team is tied with 6 wins. Second place has 7. They have 8. Miraculously nuts. But the Packers are 9-4, playing great football. If they were in this division, they'd be the leading Seahawks. They're in 50% of the other divisions in the league. They'd be winning as well. Yep. So the Packers, Love has been playing great football. Their defense has been playing good football. And the Seahawks, yes, they got the tempo going right, but it's not going to be enough to cover this spread here. Packers also win in the spread. And I'm taking the under in this game because I think the defense is going to play a little bit more. Gino might make some mistakes playing against his defense, which then is going to allow the Packers to slow play in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you a lot in this game here, except I just think it's going to be over. I think it's going to be a close enough game. They'll be chucking the ball back and forth, just enough to get that over. It won't be by a lot. It's not going to be like a major blowout there. But, you're still only asking the teams to be the low to mid-20s each to hit that kind of over-under. That's not impossible with the kind of weapons both these teams have on offense, that's for sure.
You're not wrong.
Then we got the rest, almost all the rest of the NFC North teams battling out here in the Bears at the Vikings here.
I got Bears.
The Bears. I got the Vikings to win. Let's be honest, guys, it's the better team. So Vikings, 7-point spread, and that's it. I'm going to pick the Vikings again, even though that's the one I'm probably least sure about in this whole thing. And I'm also going to pick the over on the points because it's just 43.5 points. That's not too shabby there. So Vikings over.
I agree with you 100%. The Vikings are clearly the better team. Once again, their second place in that division we're talking about, one above the Packers. Bears also can't seem to get it right. The Bears. Bad news, Bears. Bad news, Bears over here. That 7 points doesn't really scare me because the Bears are getting blown out. They're one of the most blown teams in this league, if you will.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also taking the over, not because I think the Bears are going to do the part, because I think the Vikings are going to stop. They're going to raid all over them, if you will. It's like London Bridge all over again. And listen, they're talking about signing Darnold to a long contract. Like, you keep him for longer than a year. And Cleve Williams is getting booed when he's playing at home. So, Ryan's on the wall.
Things to make it go.
Let's talk about let's talk about the second Monday Night Football game, because there's two here. You got the Falcons going into Vegas playing the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Who is favored by 3 points in this. Well, giving up 3 points, 3.5 points at home. And the over-under is 44.5 points. I'm going to take the Falcons to win this game. They're clearly the better team.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if there's
much to say besides that, but I'm with you. But that's for sure. I really want the Raiders to win, though.
Well, I'm taking the Raiders to cover. I think it's going to be a close game. Both teams are playing like dookie butter at this current point. The Raiders seem to have a little bit more fight because Kirk Cousins has done. He's had 0 touchdowns in the past 4 weeks and 8 interceptions.
Yeah.
So not playing good football on offense. Do we see Penix Jr. come in? I don't know if you want to do that week 15, but you might have to do that to be serviceable, because guess what? The Falcons dropped out of the number 1 spot in that division. So they need this win for the division. So I think they win this game. They squeak it out with hopes and dreams. And I'm going to take it in the under.
Squeaky.
Squeaky, squeak. Squeaky, squeaky, squeak.
Squeaky.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. Falcons, and the over. So I'm not with you at all.
I was about to say. Listen, you agree the Falcons win.
Wait a minute. No, like I said, I really want the Raiders to win this game. That's my main goal this whole week, is to have, more than anything else, is us to get this number 1 pick at that point. I think I'm becoming Team Tank. I really do. I hate to say it.
You definitely are.
I hate to say it, though. I'm embarrassed to say it, but I'm saying it.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.